Hey, welcome to the Bendy Jam. Having some go live issues for a second. Looks like we're up and running. Getting out the reading for my Aquarius, October 1st through the 7th. Moving right along in this year, y'all. Let's get it going. My Aquarius, October 1st through the 7th. I'm going to use the traditional rider deck. I haven't used that for you guys. I got some other decks on hand. We'll pull something. Okay, Aquarius. Let's get into your 9-card spread for the week. See what your energy is looking like. Bottom of the deck. It's the 9 of Swords. Was in reverse. Should read reversals. That's the 9 of Swords. But it was in reverse. So I just feel like a whole lot of thinking and overthinking and rethinking has ended for you, Aquarius. Let's get into your read for the week. Start off with the 7 of Pentacles. First row. This is the 4 of Pentacles in reverse. And then the 3 of Swords is upright. So I feel like what you were waiting on, you're kind of saddened that it didn't play out the way you wanted it to. Definitely some heartbreaking here with the 3 of Swords always. A little heartbroken right there. And then with these pentacles out here, I'm feeling like this is for some of you a financial frustration, but definitely wanted to see it. You wanted to see it in a better light than it was. You were hoping that this went better. I just get the feeling that you guys were really, really hoping for something to work out and it didn't work out the way you wanted it to. Maybe that's why the 9 of Pentacles is in reverse. You were in your head a whole lot about it, maybe losing sleep about it, just frustrated about the whole thing. A little heartbroken as well. A lot of disappointment I get off of this, and just getting over the disappointment finally. As time heals wounds, just getting over the disappointment of either this relationship not working out the way you wanted it to, or a job situation not wanted, but definitely something you were waiting on, something that you were trying to build up, and it never came together like you quite wanted it. Actually end up leaving you feeling a little heartbroken. Let's keep going. We've got the 5 of Cups out, but it is in reverse. This is following, to me, the pattern of you being hurt about it, but kind of getting over it this week. 5 of Cups in reverse, along with the 6 of Pentacles in reverse. Meaning to me, there was no balance. This was not even for you. This was you doing way too much, giving way too much, putting yourself out there, being there for someone way too much, and it just never being fair or balanced for you, as the scales are in his hand and he's feeding, both beggars, trying to be even, trying to make sure everyone is fed, everyone is taken care of. But in reverse, I just feel like someone was not so fair. Someone was not so in the mode of giving and receiving evenly, whereas they were probably taking a lot more from you. Again, with this 4 of Pentacles being out, these two kind of give me the same type of thought. This is holding on to things when we need to let go of them. Sometimes being greedy, being selfish, just holding on to things a little bit too tightly. And then here, overgiving sometimes, if this is in reverse, overgiving. So with the 2 of these, I just felt like you were doing way more than your share, Aquarius, and the hurt feelings over that. Why wouldn't they reciprocate? I was a good person to somebody. I expect them to be a good person back to me. Doesn't always happen that way. So I just feel like there was a disappointment there. But the death card is out. So there is a transformation coming to this situation here, as I always count the person that gets this card, the person of integrity. You got your heart broken. So if there's a transformation coming, it's coming to make this situation better for you, because you were the person that got a little hurt. King of Pentacles is in reverse. We're down to the bottom row now. King of Pentacles in reverse. Just feel like your stability or your foundation. This could be a home situation, a marriage, definitely a relationship, or something that brings you financial stability, such as a job. So that being in reverse, just disappointed over, again, the whole thing is disappointed over the way it turned out. Got the Nine of Wands as well. This is trying to, after something takes place like that, just trying to keep your strength about yourself, trying to keep a positive attitude to remain strong through it all. But this is, again, coming through something. Aquarius, you just came through something that you are getting over. I'm seeing that as a theme. And then the Six of Swords. You are sailing out looking for some clarity after this has transpired. Like, what's going to happen next now that you know what this is and that it didn't work out. And you're over the heartache. Maybe not over it, but just over just being stuck in your head about it, and losing sleep over it, and just staring at it like it's gonna fix itself. Like, I wish this would have went better than it did. It didn't work out that way, and now you're just trying to find some strength and clarity for yourself. That's how I see. Let's get a couple of clarifiers. That one came out as well. King of Swords. So you were in your head a lot, but I think the thinking has changed over to some very logical thinking with the King of Swords. Now you are understanding what took place. You're not in your head about why this happened, and you've made logic with this. And so now you can understand. And once you have understanding, Aquarius, usually that's all it takes for you to accept it for what it is. And then now let's go seek that clarity out. Let's go find the answer or the next thing we should be doing after this transformation is coming, because that death card is out there. Is definitely a transformation coming to this situation for you, Aquarius. Yeah, it was stressful. I feel like you went through some fighting with somebody, maybe some arguing, but now it's just you're ready to see the situation differently. Seven of Pentacles. You're ready to build it up differently to me. No, this is Eight of Pentacles. So you're ready to build it up. As you see, he's hammering and he's working on something. Definitely working on something. To me, this is strategizing. This is planning. This is organization with the Eight of Pentacles. Because he knows what he's doing. He knows what he's working on with that hammer and that chisel. He's ready to make something, but he's building. He's building. And I say, after this, as you're going after clarity and you're seeking, even with that Nine of Wands being out, strength after this situation, after you took a little heartache, couple stabs to the heart, you're logically thinking this thing out right here. And this is the course of action you're taking after it. You're just going to build up again. Build up again with that Eight of Pentacles to me. Another clarifier for you. Now we got the Seven of Cups. Maybe not seeing it for what it was before, but with that King of Swords being out there, I feel like you really do see now where you didn't see, or you will at the end of this week, now that it's all played out, what that was really about and why you had to go through it in that way, why it had to play out the way that it did, maybe leaving you a little bit heartbroken when you thought it could have been something, better than that. Seven of Cups with the Ten of Cups. Seven of Cups being in reverse. No longer, Again, Seven of Cups was here as well. No longer being on that whirlwind of illusion right there, that fantasy land thing. You are really wanting your wish fulfillment right here. You're really wanting your happy ever after feeling, and it didn't come to you like you thought it would through that situation, but you're seeing it for what it is now. Yeah, same cards are coming out. Five of Wands is here. That stressful fighting situation, it's going to be transformed, and I think you are the one that's in charge in the driver's seat to transform it, because you're understanding what it is you want now versus what it is you don't want. Rose-colored glasses are all off. This is Seven of Cups in both decks. Rose-colored glasses, to me, you just saw the potential for it to go so well, and you held on to that, but did not turn out that way. And so it's going to be transformed for you. That situation is going to be changed. Get some more. Same cards. Three of Pentacles. A split from a foundation, a break from a foundation, Seven of Wands, changing your perception, learning to change your perception, seeing it a different way. I think this is either a relationship or a job that you guys are seeing. Thought it was what you wanted, but it did not turn out that way. Yeah, what you were desiring, Four of Cups. What was once put up on a pedestal in your eyes, it's not there anymore. And you're just hoping and praying and wishing, as the Page of Pentacles, wishing for something new to grow for you, something better to grow for you, something stable. But yeah, you're seeing this situation as over. I really do believe. Eight of Swords in reverse. You thought it was going to be difficult to get out of that situation, but it really is not. You're seeing a way and strategizing and creating a way for yourself to move on to something more balanced. Six of Pentacles. You need something more balanced, Aquarius. That situation obviously was not balanced, was not making you feel good. Yeah, I think you were choosing between someone else's happiness and your own happiness. And right now, I think you're done juggling between those two. Right now, I think you're choosing your own happiness, Aquarius, with that Sun card being out. I do want to pull an oracle card for you. Let's try Conscious Spirit. I haven't pulled one of these in a while. Conscious Spirit oracle deck. And we got a flipper. Earth element. I gratefully accept the abundance the earth bestows on me. Let's kind of remind you of the Queen of Pentacles. I feel like this is you growing as a person, Aquarius. I feel like you're growing and understanding. When that King of Swords pops out, that's your element, is air. When you are feeling in your King of Swords energy, your mind is clear. And no air sign likes confusion. That is our worst enemy, confusion. So I think that you're getting, now that you see how the situation is played out, your understanding is increased on it. So you're feeling more comfortable and more confident in what you want to do moving forward, even though it was a disappointment. As I say that, the healer comes out. It was a disappointment, but you are getting through the hurt, the pain, the heartache, and you are moving on mentally. Because once we made a mental connection with it, now we can do what we have to do. Our understanding is there. We're out of our head. We're out of replaying it, losing sleep over it. And it says, I am loving and compassionate and able to bring healing to others. I really do feel like this healing is coming to yourself more than it is to others. And that you're going through a new transition, definitely with that Death card being out, where you go after what's in your own best interest more so than anything else. What's happiness to you. Like I said, no more juggling between your happiness and another person's happiness, but just going after your own happiness. Saying that it's more important than hanging on to something that's, a lot of stress, a lot of aggravation. And the flow of partnership comes out of the Soulful Women deck as the oracle. The ebb and the flow of relationship takes me where I need to be next on my path. This is a transition through a relationship for some of you guys. The flow of partnership, the things we want and desire in a partnership. Now we are learning. Sometimes that even exchange is more important than we think it is. In the beginning, sometimes we're doing so much for others just out of the goodness of our heart and wanting to make that relationship work. And then after a while, we step back and we realize, hey, I've been doing a lot of giving, and I'm not getting that fulfillment back. Sometimes it happens so gradually, and we're such a go with the flow type of person that we don't even realize when we're over giving or when we're allowing someone to take advantage of us. And then when it gets addressed, and it's natural for us to think that it's going to go a certain way because of what we've done for the other person. Sometimes it just doesn't work out that way. At that moment, it's about having the strength to choose you, having the strength to decide what's in your best interest is to not remain in something that's that imbalanced. If I'm giving, and I'm not receiving, then this cannot find balance in this way. I'm not receiving my fulfillment in that way. And then that other person needs to give a certain degree to be fulfilled. They can't just be a taker. So it's about finding that balance. I think this is a lesson going through, a cycle going through for you, Aquarius. And yeah, a lot of you guys will be walking away towards your happiness if you have not already. A lot of you will be working on some relationships or some relationship issues that you had. If you're in an existing relationship, communicating with the partner. But yeah, for the most part, I see a transition happening there where this situation with that Seven of Cups coming out in both decks, where you just looked a whole lot better than it really was in reality. Once those rose-colored glasses came off, you saw it for what it really was, and it bothered you. It bothered you, made you mentally stay in your head a whole lot. And just now, we're getting to the close of that for you, Aquarius. Getting to the close. Let's wrap this up. Overall outcome for the week for my Aquarius. Overall outcome for Aquarius this week. Got the Queen of Swords in reverse and Three of Pentacles in reverse. Queen of Swords knows herself. She knows herself. Don't like to see her in reverse. Although she can be a little bit cold. She's just going to give it to you straight. She's not going to be all mushy about it. She's going to give it to you straight. So maybe you're going to compassionate with some words instead, as the Queen of Swords is in reverse. And then the Three of Pentacles being in reverse. This is working on something to me in this deck. He's really working on his craft. They're kind of standing there judging him. But that's in reverse. I feel like any judgment you felt like was coming over this, if you felt like there would be some judgment over you walking away, maybe this is a marriage or a relationship, you feeling like you're going to be judged over leaving. I need another clarifier for that one. Overall outcome for Aquarius. Nine of Wands. I feel like the confidence level on you, the confidence level to control this situation, to get it back where you wanted to, wasn't there right away. It did take some of your confidence away. I feel like it knocked some of your confidence down. And you are in a moment now where you're trying to get that back, Aquarius. looking for your inner strength again to keep going um, after the disappointment. That's what's going to be. I feel like your mood this week, just finding yourself again, finding that inner strength again. And then, yeah, finishing up the cycle with the World card coming out. Finishing up the cycle of learning when it's okay um, to give and when it's not okay to overgive. And then this was definitely to me a relationship lesson, or it does not necessarily have to be a romantic relationship, but if it was a job, if it was something that you held on too long and you were not getting your just due, if you were not, it was not balanced, you were not getting back what you put into it, any of those type of situations, but I feel strong relationship, then you'll be getting over that this week. You'll be gaining your strength again this week, and you'll be gaining clarity on what you want to do next moving forward. That is what I see. But I do see this cycle is completing for you, Aquarius. So look towards something new. When I see that death card and I've been going through something, I'm very happy to see it because I know that cycle is ending. And I'll have an opportunity for some new stuff to happen in my life because you just sometimes those cycles play out so long and we're ready for the new. So feel like the new is coming for you as this closes out this week. You'll be moving into something new and definitely getting rid of a whole lot of mental anguish, as I see with that Nine of Swords being the overall energy. Just getting rid of some mental anguish over something that transpired in a relationship or a job situation, foundational break in some kind of way. But you will be gaining strength and moving forward, Aquarius, as the week progresses. All right, that is your reading. If you do need to book a personal reading, it's www.divinitygems33.com. Thanks for watching. Until next time.